This is Fernando Hernandez, and this is the app that I designed for the class C261. And basically, basically, it's a movie rental management system, so you can add your movies and the customers, and have a database of um, what movies are rented and by who. And so at the beginning you will have uh, this form that when you had the first time that you use the app on this device, and you can have see the intro video that this video is going that I'm recording right now is going to be shown right here, and show how to use the app. And basically you create this username and password, and every time you are going to use the app again, you would use this same pass and the same pass and user and password. And for example, this time I'm gonna put 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, so you can see the pass, and then I press get started. So this is basically what I what it looks like, and right now it's completely empty, so I don't have any customers or movies added to my app. But in reports you can see what movies are rented and what are expired, that those that are not returning in the proper date. And right here in settings you can set the name of the company or job. For example, my favorite video, and then I can put how much it costs for a rent. So I charge $3 every day, and if you have a late, you return late, you will pay $2 extra. So I can save those changes that you can see my name in here change to the one that I choose. And then I have the about that you will have the same video that I'm recording is gonna be here. And so we are gonna start using this app. So I had to add a customer, and I can do it right here from the customer tab, or right here using the register new customer button. And what I did, I just create an automatic ID for the customer and the movies. So right here I'm gonna put my name, and I'm gonna set my birthday, and I'm gonna put a phone number, and the whichever address, street, um, test customer, and so I can press save, and it's going to return to my customers tab, and you can see right now that the user is created. I'm gonna add another one just to show. So I'm gonna call second try, and I don't know, and I'm using Safari right now, but if you use any other browser, you can have a data data right here. So, and okay, so now I'm gonna press the save and new button that is going to clear and record the same uh, the user, but it stays in the same page, so I can add more. And I'm gonna press the cancel to go back to the customers tab, and you can see all that are already here. And I'm gonna add a movie right now, so I'm gonna put Bruce Fury Action, and I can put that in the movies are now movie. So right here, this is the format, and then they add how many copies you have. In this case, I add 3, and right here it's the same as the customer tab, and right now we have a key. No, another movie. I don't know. I call it Jill, and it's gonna be comedy, and then 2011, and let's be in DVD, and I had 2 copies of this one, and as you can see now we are starting adding some copies in here, and right now we haven't any rental, so now I'm gonna create a rental, and I can put in here my use customer ID. I want to choose mine, so I'm the 100. So I 100 automatically shows me all my info in here, and then I can add right here. For example, I want the movie that is the 100. It shows Fury, then that is Blu-ray, and the one that is one. Okay, so I had 2 movies, and I had to pay $3 for each movie. So I said I paid the 6, so I don't have any change, and I pay now. And now I come back to the reports, and I see that these 2 movies are rented. So suppose that I want to return my movie, so I press the return button, and I type my ID again. So now it shows that I had 2 movies that are rented to my name. Okay, so I don't have any late fee, I don't have to pay anything, so I just press return. And now, as you can see, the reports, I don't have any rented movies right now. So to choose a little bit more, I create a admin version that is a preview version. So I'm gonna press in here, and I'm gonna use this username that is called admin, and the password is the class number, so it's CIT 261, and login. So this gives me a pre a pre-built database in movies, so I can just to test a little bit the app, and see the settings in here, and the reports. For example, I had 3 that are expired, and I had these movies that are rented. These was customers, and I can add a rental for my what I say. I can do. Oh yeah, I can do whatever user is active. So for example, I had this customer. For example, customer 101, it says that it's suspended or canceled because it probably has expired rentals. So let's say allow to rent more to the users that don't return their movies or had some troubles. So for example, I'm gonna choose an active uh, user, and I'm gonna add the 101 movie. It's National Treasure. It's one of my favorites, and so I pay 4. Okay, now I see the reports, and as you can see now, National Treasure is rented by me, and I come back. Now I'm gonna return all my movies. So I had the 3 that were previously there, and the National Treasure that I just add. So I press return, and as you can see, in my reports tab, we don't have any expires right now. Okay. So this is basically what it does. Um, this design is a completely responsive design, so you can use it wherever. You can use it on a computer, on a desktop, or or a tablet. So uh, this is what I did for this class, and I hope you enjoy it, and thank you for your time.